It's day 3 of the trial of Officer Edward Nero, the second of 6 cops to go to court for the death of Freddie Gray in police custody. Today, fellow co-defendant Officer Garret Miller was forced to testify as a prosecution witness. He was granted immunity, so his testimony can't be used against him in his own upcoming trial, scheduled for July 8th. Experts say the prosecution is unprecedented. The state has argued that Freddie Gray's arrest lacked probable cause, therefore Nero is guilty of second-degree assault for participating in his arrest. They've also charged him with reckless endangerment for not seatbelting him in. Prosecutor Michael Schatzow sought to use Officer Miller's testimony to counter defense arguments that Nero never touched Freddie Gray during the arrest, therefore he can't be guilty of the second-degree assault charge, and that Gray was resisting arrest, so Nero couldn't seatbelt him in safely, thereby not being guilty of misconduct in office. According to medical experts who testified at the trial today, Gray died after suffering injuries after being not secured in a police wagon he was transported in. This is NAACP-Baltimore chapter head Tessa Aston.
It was a good testimony that he said he actually is the one that chased him. He's actually the one that handcuffed him, and that he was there when he got put in the van, and he also knew that he was asking for medical attention.
And Miller said that Gray didn't resist arrest.
He did not resist. He wasn't rude. He didn't holler. He didn't cuss. He didn't spit. He didn't do anything. He stood there and did exactly what the police asked him to do. And the other thing is that he asked for help. So this is just a waste of everybody's time, and Freddie's dead as a result of it.
In his testimony today, Miller said that it was he who handcuffed and moved Freddie Gray, which some, like attorney Warren Brown, say actually helped the defense's case.
Oh yeah, absolutely, Miller helps, and no, there's no question about it. And listen, Miller is just speaking the truth. He's not trying to help anybody or hurt anybody. He's just telling it like it is. It is that at one moment they're on their bikes, the next moment they're getting a call for a chase. They engage in the chase. And so it's not like they're sitting around looking for somebody to pick on, somebody to assault. They join in a chase that is announced by their superior.
University of Maryland law professor Doug Colbert disagrees.
Well, Officer Miller was a hostile witness. He was very reluctant to help the prosecution with their case. In fact, the prosecution had to remind Officer Miller several times about prior statements he had made, which he was not forthcoming. But I think it makes sense from the defense point of view. If Officer Miller's there to help Officer Nero, then Officer Miller wants to take primary responsibility for arresting and charging Freddie Gray, and wants to give Officer Nero the least important role, or maybe not even any significant role.
Anyone who sits there and listens to this would have to wonder why he's being charged with anything, the assault or the reckless endangerment.
Well, we're looking at Baltimore policing, and we're looking at all the people, including Freddie Gray, who was arrested without probable cause. We have to always keep in mind the key question: why was Freddie Gray pursued? Why was he cuffed and treated as he was? If there was no basis to arrest him, and if that's happening to many other people, then perhaps this case will stand for the opportunity to say to the officers, if you don't have probable cause, do not make any more bad arrests.
With Cameron Granadino, this is Jessel Noor for The Real News in Baltimore.